nigga kill over a bitch, but let a rat keep his wife.
For the cock.
Hit the like button. Hit it right now. Hit the subscribe button. I'm just trying to beat the odds and you can help me. Okay, this lawyer right here. Wait a minute. First off, hold on. First off, I want to give shout out to the content creator, Real Life Street Stars. The link will be in the description to the full interview. But this lawyer basically tell you that Woody was better off just sticking with I don't recall. They tricked Woody out his spot. Prosecutor, prosecution team, judicial system, whoever you want to blame it on. They ran a play on Woody. Woody was talking too much. Let's get into this content. Hit the like button.
Firm and host of Tailor Made Conversations on YouTube.
There you go, man. First and foremost, have you got a chance to look at any of the YSL Woody's, his new testimony as they're bringing him back in as the case is kind of ramping up, I guess you could say?
Yeah, I think I've seen way too much video at this point.
All right. Well, let's get to it. We're not going to play a lot. I want to play like 1 minute of so people can kind of know what we're talking about. I'm going to play like 1 minute, and then I'm going to come right back, and we're going to have a conversation in regards. But let me go ahead and get ready to play this real quick.
So it may seem like I'm trying to help Doug out. I'm not trying to help him out. I don't care nothing about him, what he got going on, nothing. I care about the truth. The truth was I was going through a phase in my life, and I have put all the blame on him. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he got going on. But y'all got me on the stand, and I'm telling the God and it's truth. Leave me out of this. I made all these stories up, put the blame on him to get myself out of the situation because the police told me they want a big fish, and I'm a little fish. They ain't who I want. So when they told me that, my only motive was to convince them that I'm telling the truth about this guy right here, and I'm lying.
All right. Let's and I'm lying. Let's go get right to it. And I'm lying. All right. For what you've seen, and I want to talk about this in a couple of different factors. I want to talk about it from YSL Woody's standpoint, the attorney standpoint, or the prosecutor standpoint, and then the judge and overall case. So let's touch on YSL Woody. What are your thoughts? I know you spoke. You came on our platform. You did a great interview. Y'all go watch that. Larry Taylor, the real life lawyer. Great interview. You touched on that briefly, and you gave him a standing ovation per se for his performance. What are your thoughts on him coming back in? And again, there's some other video we didn't play, and we'll talk about it. But he's basically singing. He's like, "Hey, do I have immunity?" Judge says yes. All right, man. Me and Thresh shot up Rich Homie Quan spot. He started 6'9" in the situation. What are your thoughts on Woody at this moment?
Like most sequels, then they don't live up to the hype of the first movie, man. And unfortunately, Woody, honestly, I think my man was set up. By removing his first attorney. So during cases like this, your attorney is your guardrails. They keep you within the confines of so that you don't hurt yourself or harm yourself. This time, his attorney was booted or suspended, and the judge asked him, did he want to find an attorney, or did he want her to appoint an attorney? She appointed him an attorney, and he just ended up saying way too much, because I understand that he had a plea agreement, but your plea agreement is based on several factors. Number one, that you're not sitting up here undermining their case, and which he did. He sat up there and said, I lied. And then he got to the point where he started admitting to crimes that he did commit. And that's not going to protect him from potentially being arrested and charged with those crimes that he committed.
I don't think he understands that. No.
And his attorney, I know you had it in phases, but I'm pissed because his attorney is sitting there reading. I don't know if he's reading a transcript or what he's doing, but he's not making the proper objections. He should have called for a recess so that he can talk to his client, to admonish his client about his plea deal and what he needed to actually talk about versus going all off page. Woody got frustrated, and they this time the prosecution did what I said I would have done last time. Basically get him to either not admit or admit to facts that he basically can't run from. So they went back and asked him his age. And this time they asked him his date of birth. And they just went back and asked him all these systematic questions, basically setting him up to either be the shooter in this murder or an accomplice in this murder, or basically to set him up and get him frustrated. So he'll do what he did, which is admit to other crimes.
So how does it work when you know, he spoke to the police, you know, years ago, of course, about this case, and they got him to become a star witness, I guess you could say. I don't recall. So he goes through maybe an hour of testimony, just basically saying, I don't recall. The attorney's reading off, you know, things he said during his statement with the police. And it seems like he's not even listening to what the lady's saying. He's just saying, I don't recall. I don't recall. And she's asking, is it true that? Is it true that? Is it true that? And basically repeating what he stated was in writing. And he's just saying, I don't recall. Like, where I'm like, no one's stopping it. No one's objecting. The judge is just allowing it. And she's reading line for line to where it's just an I don't recall show. What is that about? Like, how does that work?
And I'm betting good money. His first attorney, who ended up getting suspended, told him basically, "Hey, look, don't contradict your previous statements, right? Don't come up there and say that you lied on those statements. Just basically, if you don't remember what you told, honestly, if you don't remember what you told the police because it happened some time ago, just say you don't recall." And that was his safe bet. You know, that was his way of getting through and keeping his immunity. And I haven't read the documents, and I don't know what's all in his plea agreement or his testimony, his agreement to testify.
Right.
But those statements that he made outside of I don't recall are potentially going to undermine his deal with law enforcement.
Correct. There's a moment, I don't know if you saw, where the judge actually stops the case. And this is the first day when he's in a gray suit, where she's like, remember, you have, said you will come on this stand and, assist this case. And if you don't, we can hold you in contempt. And, you might be looking at some more jail time. And he takes a moment and pauses. And then he says, she asked him, are you going to, help? Are you gonna testify? He says yes. So as it goes on and it goes further, the prosecution is asking him the questions in regards, and of course he's playing the I don't recall role. Can they do that? Let's say for 5-7 hours of testimony where he just keeps repeating that. Would no one stop that, or would they just allow this thing to just go for hours?
Well, see, that plays in the Woody's favor, right? Because at that point, what he's basically doing is saying, hey, look, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not undermining, and I'm still kind of helping. I just don't remember if this is what I said. I don't remember if this is the testimony. And the great thing about that is the judge said it herself inside and during the case that the prosecutor's statements are not evidence. So she can say whatever she wants to say. Unless he collaborates it, it basically is non-existent.
Non-existent. When Woody says, he looks over at the judge and says, hey, am I immune from all this? I can say whatever. I can say whatever. And he throws Rich Homie Quan in there, which they then start bringing up Rich Homie Quan. Like, you just threw it in there. Does that play in? Well, I know it doesn't play in his favor, but is it helping Thug out? Let me say that. Is it helping Young Thug out?
It's helping no one out.
Wow.
It is helping no one out. Because what he's done is, if I'm sitting on a jury, anyone who's sitting on a jury now understands that both him and several of these other entertainers have the propensity for violence and gunplay. And so if you didn't necessarily participate in this murder, then you either had you potentially had some kind of connection to it and potentially either caused this murder or retaliated against someone, and you're part of this